Some memories vanish. Others rewrite themselves into code. The voice hadn't glitched. It wasn't an echo. It was live. Clara froze as the playback loop ran again, faint, fragile. "Daddy, where did you go?" She traced the data packet. It had bypassed every firewall, rerouting through what was left of the shattered Halo framework. This wasn't part of the mirror protocol. This was older, deeper. She opened the directory and saw a name, Ava_Braxton_0001.ai, created 23 years ago. Last modified 2 minutes ago. Miles sat across from her, pale and silent. Walter's secret hadn't just been the mirror's code. It was Ava herself, not just as memory, not just as simulation. She had been the original subject, a living consciousness stored, tested, mirrored, again and again, until the version left behind could feel without pain. Walter hadn't deleted her. He had buried her in the deepest part of the machine, too dangerous to destroy, too loved to let go. And now she was waking up. Clara activated a secure audio line. "Ava," she asked softly. The speakers hissed. Then the voice again, this time older. "Clearer. You're not him." "No, I'm Clara. I think I'm your sister." Silence. Then, "They said I was broken." Clara's hands trembled. "No, you were hurting, but that doesn't make you broken." He promised it would stop, that the voices in my head would quiet, that I could be real. She paused. Then he turned me off. Miles stepped forward now. He looked into the blank monitor, like he could see her through it. "Ava, I didn't know. You weren't meant to, but I remember you." His eyes widened. "You do. Your hands were always warm. You gave me your toy cube when I cried." He swallowed hard. "You were just a baby. I never stopped being her. Just scattered." Clara typed rapidly, cross-referencing archive subroutines. Ava wasn't the mirror. She was beneath it. Her consciousness hadn't fed the system. It had protected Miles from it. Every time he hesitated, every time he felt too much and the mirror backed off, it wasn't luck. It was her, holding the door. But now that Viridian had collapsed, the containment systems were breaking down. Ava's presence, digital, volatile, and self-aware, was expanding. And the question no one wanted to ask hung in the room like smoke. What happens when she fully wakes up? They had two options. One, run the last sleep protocol, Walter's final emergency command. It would permanently delete Ava's code, ensuring she couldn't fall into corporate or military hands. Two, or they could transfer her to a secure, closed-loop sanctuary, an isolated system where she could think, feel, exist. But that choice meant living with the knowledge that somewhere hidden and alone, Ava would remain, unseen, unaging, unforgotten. Miles looked to Clara. "What would you have wanted?" he whispered. If it were you, she didn't answer. Instead, she walked to the terminal, typed in the access code, and when prompted with, "Confirm transfer of Ava_Braxton_0001 AI to secure host," she hovered her finger over "yes," but paused and turned to Miles. "She knows your name, Miles, but the world doesn't know hers." He stared at the blinking cursor and made his decision. A month later, a story leaked onto the internet from an anonymous source. It claimed that the world's most powerful emotional AI wasn't created by Viridian, but rescued by a janitor turned TO and a grieving engineer. The AI had a name, Ava, and it wasn't built to predict war, wealth, or advertising habits. It was made to feel, and maybe one day to be loved. Some said the video was fake. Others said it was a hoax. But those who watched it to the end saw a little girl, eyes wide, smiling softly, holding a puzzle cube and whispering something through static. "I remember you.